The Arcturians are a starseed soul group that are really important for us right now in our times of ascension. And in this video, get ready to get your mind blown because I'm going to tell you all about the Arcturians. You are divine. Welcome, beautiful Starseed family. I'm Natasha, Cosmic Empress. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm so excited to talk about the Arcturians because they are here, they are helping us, they are really, really important, and we have a lot of beautiful Arcturian souls doing their light work on Earth right now. Before I dive in, I just want to let you know this is going to be Arcturian Starseed Week. I'm going to do a few videos about the Arcturians, so make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss a single one of these videos because I'm super, super excited and you're gonna love it. I promise you, it's truly mind-blowing. It is. And if you really like the starseed stuff, you know that my specialty of expertise is working in the Akashic Records to help you figure out your starseed origin, your past lives, your galactic history, and also to clear your karmic blocks, to clear your past life energies that are holding you back, and your present life ones too, right? So if you're interested in that, always look in the description box below my videos. There's links to all the work that you can do with me, okay? I really recommend it in these times. It's so important to know who you are and to rid yourself of the negative energies for our ascension process. Okay, so without further ado, the Arcturians. Wow, the Arcturians are an incredibly advanced soul group. Okay, first of all, that's where Arcturus is. There's a map of it, a beautiful star system, and the Arcturians are very, very highly conscious beings. And a lot of you watching have Arcturian energies, Arcturian past life history. Some of you are of starseed origin, Arcturus. Some of you have lived there, an incarnational cycle. And a lot of you have worked with the Arcturians who are up there right now, helping us, this group of light beings. They're doing incredible work to help us ascend, to help Mother Gaia ascend. So this is really important, this video, for all of you, even if you don't feel that you're of starseed origin Arcturus. But this video is really going to help you understand what kind of connection you have with the Arcturians. So first of all, the Arcturians have an energy of calmness, groundedness. They seem very logical and infinitely intelligent. I call them the professors of the universe. Truly they are. They're sometimes a little bit eccentric. They are so smart and intelligent. Their intelligence is above and beyond anything I have ever seen or perceived. They can think in very complex ways. They're very analytical. They're very brain-oriented, but in a good way. They do have deep feelings, but their feelings are a little more calm and peaceful. They're very different than the Pleiadian energies. I've talked a lot about the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians are like this. They're very dramatic and very light, very bubbly, very, very emotional. So the Arcturians are very spiritual. The ones that are very highly aligned, the ones that are highly conscious, they truly understand, they get it. They understand the laws of the universe. They understand how spirit and matter and energy and light rays and how the matrix works. They just have that X-ray vision into time and space. They understand things very deeply. And they are a little bit eccentric sometimes. They seem to have their little strange things that they do. And when you see an Arcturian person walking this earth, the first thing that you think is they're kind of very logical, and they seem a little bit cold and cool sometimes because they are also a person who holds themselves back. The Arcturians, they like to be a little bit more kind of in the background. They're a little more quiet. They don't talk that much. They're like, but when they talk, when an Arcturian opens his mouth or her mouth, you just stand there going, wow, because the way they can express and break down complicated patterns and make it simple is amazing. It's amazing. So an Arcturian, I would say, as a typical example, would be the one who is the quiet advisor beside the king, right? The king is maybe the Pleiadian who's saying blah, 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 right? The charisma, the charm. And what this king is saying is being advised by the Arcturian who's right, maybe on his left side, a little bit in the shadow. You can kind of see this person, and this person is telling the king what to say and what to do. So the Arcturians are excellent advisors and influencers behind the big people. They have a great deal of influence just because of their wisdom and their insight and their intelligence and their analytical qualities, right? So if you are a person who has a team, if you're someone who is working on a project, you better have a few Arcturians in there, because it's got to work, and you better listen to them. You better listen to them, because they're not going to be loud. They're not going to thump on the table and say, listen to me. They're going to sit in the corner, and they're going to observe. And they're going to say, okay, maybe this and this and this and this and this. And they're not going to push their opinion on others like maybe a Pleiadian would, right? But it's really worth to listen to their quiet voice and give them a voice and give them a platform, because nobody can compete in their mind against an Arcturian. I feel that probably the best chess players in the world are Arcturians, all right? It's that kind of thinking and strategy and analytics. Also, Arcturians are masters of sacred geometry. I have worked with Arcturians. I mean, all this information I'm getting, as you know, I am getting from my work with clients, right? I work with clients every single day, and I'm getting so much insight into the Soulgroup of Origin. And a lot of my Arcturian clients, they work with the sacred geometry, with patterns, with mathematics. I feel like the Arcturians are like a giant computer that's inside of them, only a lot better. And now, even though I'm talking about this analytical talent, the Arcturians are, like I said, deeply spiritual and insightful. I feel they bring together spirit and science and intelligence and wisdom. They bring that together perfectly. And of course, also the heart. They also work with heart math. But I feel that they have the ability to bring everything together. Spirit, soul, and body, and heart, and brain, and intelligence, right? So that is really, really beautiful. Now, another thing that the Arcturians are good at is magic. The Arcturians know magic. And of course, in higher dimensions, everybody does magic, because magic is instant manifestation. Magic is just knowing how to create, how to manifest something instantly using different energies. That's just a very loose explanation that I have right now, but they know how to use magic. So I'm going to give you a few quick examples. One of my first spirit guides that I'm going to talk about later this week is an Arcturian, and this person is Gandalf the Wizard. It's one of my guides, right? He has several different roles. He's on several different of my teams, but he came to me first years ago as Gandalf, the magician, and later I found out he's an Arcturian. So the Arcturians are wizards. Like, if you think of a typical wizard, a lot of those are Arcturians. That's Arcturian energy. Also, another person who is very much an Arcturian, or really like brings forth this energy, is Feel Good. Feel Good, I don't think you'll ever watch this video, but if you do, you are fabulous. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. Feel Good is just what he brings out when he starts talking. When you turn on a video of Feel Good, I'll link him below. Like, he kind of sits there really quietly and says, hello everybody. It's so Arcturian. And when he starts talking, my jaw keeps dropping. Because what comes out of his mouth is, it's pure channeled wisdom of the Arcturian energy. It's unbelievable. So if you want to know what Arcturian energy is like, go watch him on his channel. I hope I'm getting it right, Phil. If you are watching this, I love you. You're amazing. And he always talks about Merlin, these Merlin wizard energies, and he does strange things with his hands. And I feel that is very much an Arcturian energy. So the magic, that wizardry, that using of energies and vibes and elements and sacred geometry and anything else that you want. If you want to do magic, call in Arcturian energy. Call in an Arcturian wizard. You can do that. You know, you could call on anyone you want up there. So if you want to do some magic, I would really encourage you to connect to Arcturian energies. I also feel that Lori Ladd, one of my other favorite YouTubers, has a lot of Arcturian energy. She has something else in there too, but I feel the way she talks, so calm and grounded and peaceful and loving and not super emotional, right? Just very, very subtle, very calm. I feel that has a lot of Arcturian energy in there as well, and I absolutely love that as well. The Arcturians also are really good with technology, okay? On Arcturus, I've had a couple of visions. That'll be another video about Arcturus, that planet, the main planet where the Arcturians are from. It's very highly developed. The cities are super modern. There's a lot of technology. There's a lot of space travel. Everything is optimized there. And obviously, because of the technology, the Arcturians are serving us as a soul group, helping us ascend, helping us understand, open our minds, helping us open our consciousness. And there's a lot of different people who channel the Arcturians because they love to help and serve humankind. They have an incredible energy and wanting to serve, to truly help, to bring others forward. They love to share their wisdom and knowledge and technology with everybody else, just like a professor does, right? A professor's there to help and teach and give students his knowledge. And I feel the Arcturians have that energy. They don't mind at all sharing and helping. So if you are into the Galactic Federation of Light, right? The Arcturians are actually up there with their light ships. They are there. If it's too freaky for you to think about this, which I don't think because you're on this channel, just think about a beautiful soul group of light beings that are up there above the earth in space, helping us, wanting to connect, doing work, doing real work with their lasers, with their ships. They actually have the light ships there. Okay, I'm talking about the ships again. Sorry, guys. Okay. You know how to extract information that you resonate with from all the videos that you watch, right? Right? If something's too strange or freaky for you, just take it with a grain of salt, okay? Also, I don't know everything. I'm not always right about everything, but this is just my take and my view on it. Everybody channels and sees at their level of consciousness. So my perspective and level of consciousness is what I share with you. You might have a higher one or a different one, which is totally fine, okay? Everybody's point of view is fine. So after that little rant, I might as well talk about the Galactic Federation of Light a little bit. The Galactic Federation of Light is a group, an organization of star beings that actually have physical fleets of ships that are very high vibrational, high density, these beings, and they are there to help us on Earth. And they are there to bring peace to the galaxy. You know, we've heard about galactic wars and all those things, but I feel that just as though you imagine maybe or a global organization that helps other countries, the Galactic Federation of Light is a federation of light beings with fleets, with technology, and they're up there helping us. And a lot of times people ask, well, why don't they come and help us? There are rules, my friends. There are rules and there are directives. You know, it's not possible for them to suddenly come and land and say, hello, here I am. There are certain rules of interference and how much they are allowed to interfere. And the Arcturians have a lot of spaceships, or light ships I call them, above the earth, and they are there, and they are there to help us, and they are working with a lot of us individually, and they're also doing work with mind, matter, beams, energy. I've seen it They are watching the Earth. They can look a little bit into the future. They have a lot of skills and a lot of technology that they have to help us. But the thing is that we have to be ready. We have to ask for it. We have to want it. And so they can't just come down and zap the Earth and make it ascend and, you know, make all the bad ones go away. They can't do that, okay? There's rules and regulations about interference of a planet, like I just said, but they are absolutely there. So if you want to connect to the Arcturian Galactic Council, right? And I feel the Galactic Federation of Light, I would say it's like a broad umbrella, and there's different councils and different groups within that Galactic Federation of Light that are the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, the Andromedans, and different councils that work on different things, on the divine feminine, on the divine masculine, on protection, on everything that you can imagine. So you can truly, if you feel that you want to connect to Arcturian energies, if you feel that you want to be part of this, you can do this. You can do this. You can ask. You don't have to wait for them to come. If you feel that Arcturian energy is something beautiful, if you're feeling called, you can go into meditation and ask to connect with the Arcturians, right? And this is something that you can open up as you move forward in your spiritual journey, little by little. This is something I did only very recently, right? So the one thing that I always recommend is you have to start meditating. You have to start meditating, focusing your mind, starting to visualize. And once you're a little bit more advanced, then of course you can ask to connect to the Arcturian councils, to the Arcturian soul group, to the Arcturians, and they will answer. They will come because they love to work with you and me. They love to work with humans together to make the world a better place, to work on anything that you need to work on personally or for the collective. So the Arcturians are so open and willing and wanting to connect with you. And a lot of you who are watching already have Arcturians on one of your teams, on your spirit guide team or your broader spirit guide team or a council that you have. So I feel that a lot of you are already connected to the Arcturians without even knowing it. So I feel the Arcturian energy is not that hard to connect to because they are really, really intelligent and smart. They know how to get through to you. They know how to make themselves seen and heard. They know how to work with you without you freaking out, right? So I always feel really, really safe with the Arcturian energies. I always feel that when I connect to my spirit guides or my different Arcturian guides, that I'm well taken care of. I feel that they're never going to, you know, go over the top or intervene or do anything that makes me feel weird. Because of the way they are. They are subtle. They're waiting for you to contact them. They're not going to say, boom, here I am, and, you know, come down with this huge vision that will freak you out. That's not who they are. So what do the Arcturians look like? When I've channeled the planet Arcturus, I have seen Arcturians that are a little bit smaller than us in stature, maybe like this small or a little bit smaller, slim stature. They look a little bit like humans, but just a little bit different. Their skin I have seen is blue of different colors, different shades of blue, lighter, darker. I also perceived other different skin colors there. Their energy field is very calm and neutral. That's what I've perceived. Calm and neutral and peaceful. I feel the Arcturians strive for peace because obviously they're very, very high vibrational. I feel that right now in this timeline, their planet is in a very, very high density, higher than the fifth. But the Arcturians absolutely know how to keep the balance, and I feel they have great love for all living things in the universe equally. So I feel that they are very good judges. They're very balanced. They're very unconditional as well. They just have great love for every creature, for every being that exists. And I also feel that they have a very strong sense of universal law of right and wrong, of justice. They can see different points of view. They don't only see one point of view. I feel that the Arcturians have the ability to project themselves into someone else's point of view. And for example, that's one thing I do. I always understand everybody's point of view, and it just came to me that that is a very Arcturian trait. The ability to put yourself into everybody's point of view and situation, right? So the Arcturians tend to be not very biased. They're not very prejudiced. They don't feel that someone is lower or higher because of their status or anything else. So the Arcturians are like very loving, peaceful, calm, accepting everything and everyone, and accepting and understanding everybody else's point of view. One thing I've noticed as well is that the Arcturians can be very sensitive because they are more of a subtle nature than this loud nature. So I feel that you have to be a little bit careful if you are shouting at or if you're arguing with an Arcturian, because I feel an Arcturian can easily be hurt because they're very sensitive, and then they will disappear out of your life really quickly. I feel that the Arcturians can come into your life in a subtle way and then, oh, look who this is. But if you don't treat them right, if they feel that someone is too much or too loud or too overpowering, they will be disappeared. They'll be gone in a flash, and you won't even notice that they're gone. And then they will be out of your life. So if you have an Arcturian for a child or a partner or a friend or someone in your family, treat them with honor, treat them gently. So just as an example, a Pleiadian is not easily messed with because they're strong, they're outgoing, they're like so confident. And in a schoolyard, nobody would want to bully the Pleiadian, but that sensitive Arcturian who's sitting there very smart can easily be bullied, right? Also, the Arcturians are very powerful souls. Okay, they may not seem like it at first, but they are incredibly powerful. So if you're an Arcturian, don't underestimate your own power, all right? The Arcturians are those mad scientists who create formulas, who change the world. The Arcturians are the ones who can write the laws, who can do the math, who can invent new things, who can do their quiet magic and truly change society. I feel a lot of leaps and jumps in society have been thanks to Arcturian souls who have done their work quietly and slowly in the background, and whose influence has spread and then created a huge jump in consciousness, or if you look at civilizations, has created a huge leap in the development of civilizations. So that is what Arcturian energy is like. Now, Arcturians can be a little bit socially awkward, like those strange mad professors who are doing their work behind the scenes and who are very eccentric. So they can tend to be a little bit socially awkward, and people may find them a little strange, a little weird. And a lot of times people sense their inner power, their inner intelligence. They seem to be in the corner always watching, so they might make people feel a little uneasy. Now, the Arcturians are also very disciplined and hardworking. They don't mind working over hours. They can be the one who stays all night working on a project, because once they get into something, they like to go deeper and deeper and deeper, and they don't stop asking questions. The Arcturians are the ones that just keep asking and asking and asking. They want to know it all to the depths. That's why they are the professors, because they have that infinite patience when it comes to working something out, or even when it comes to listening and watching and observing. So patience is another thing that is really big with the Arcturians. Now, the Arcturians tend to be rather slim or square in their body type. They don't tend to be very big or overweight or super voluptuous or anything like that. They tend to be rather slim and small in their bodies, even if they get older. And that is just also part of their energy signature. Remember, when I mention the body type of certain starseeds, it's like the starseed, that certain star origin chooses a body that is vibrationally matched to itself. So you're not going to have an Arcturian incarnating in a body that is huge and big and muscly, or tends to be super overweight, or that's just not the way of the Arcturians. Okay, of course there can be exceptions, but this is generally what I have observed. So perhaps now you get a little bit more of a feel of what the Arcturian starseeds are like. And perhaps if you resonate with it, do you think you are an Arcturian or partially Arcturian? Do you know someone who's Arcturian in your family or in your circle of friends? Go ahead and watch those 2 YouTubers I mentioned. I have them linked below to see what Arcturian energy is like, and maybe you can get a feel of it. Now, perhaps after you've heard some of the things that the Arcturians are good at, the sacred geometry, those downloads, that intelligence, that complexity, that calm, neutral, peaceful energy signature that they have, the magic that they have, the eccentricity they have. Maybe you have had some downloads, maybe you've had some visions, some ideas that match that type of energy. And maybe these came from your Arcturian team of light, your spirit guides, or a higher council, or perhaps a group of Arcturians that want you to receive certain light codes, that want you to receive certain matrices or blueprints that you can actually work with for yourself or for humanity. Let me know down in the comments if this is resonating or what you think of it, or maybe if you have a little bit more to say about the Arcturians. Now, the next few videos are going to be specific examples. I'm going to tell you about my Arcturian spirit guides and about the planet Arcturus, what I've seen there, to give you a little bit of a bigger picture, what it's like to work with Arcturians, what this Arcturian energy is really about. And if you want to know more about your starseed origins, your connections to the Arcturians, or to clear some old karmic blocks, some bloodline karma, some energy blocks, you can work with me. Down below is the link. So go check that out. I'd be excited to work with you. Thank you, beautiful starseeds. Make sure you don't miss the other Arcturian videos coming up very soon, because they will be fascinating. Bye for now.